Oh gosh, oh goodness. I feel like I need a box of tissues because my nose is about to start dripping. It's cold. It's getting cold. I might have to put like plastic on the windows or something. Not necessarily what I would prefer, but if it keeps if it keeps the electric bill low and the house well insulated or the apartment well insulated, then that's reason enough for me. Hi, hello, how art thou? I've been busy. It's been well, the beginning of the week was more hectic, and by the week I mean the weekend. But the last few days were pretty smooth. Excuse me. I was gonna make a community post. I haven't been to bed yet. I know. I'm like all over the place. I haven't been to sleep yet, and this is not gonna be another one of those. Patrick is awake for 24-hour days. For 24 hours days. I'm also drinking Oracle Juice Light today. And grape juice that has not been aged, fermented, mm, or anything else. And I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Alchemy because I love this deck. And it called to me. Ooh, new skin. Who this? 1 second. That is my mother. Today is what? Oh, today's gonna be one of those like personal type videos, I guess. I mean, I guess in a way. Well, no, I was gonna say in a way they all are. I was gonna make a community post with like blurbs. There was something about the energy of acquisition because when I brought it up, I talked about it maybe the last time I was live, maybe the time before that. Um, as like there's one thing that you're going for, but it also comes with other things. Could be good, could be bad. It's doesn't necessarily matter. It's just that like it comes with something else. So like let's say that excuse me, you want to eat at a restaurant, but you don't necessarily feel like driving. Well, unless you get a ride, you may have to, take the keys and drive yourself. So to get the thing that you want, it also comes with something else. Oh, I was also going to talk about. It's kind of been. I go through my seasons and my cycles of. of like kind of sort of being compassionate, but then when I think about it, I'm just like no. In terms of like how I present, or yeah, both in terms of how I present as far as like who I am on this channel and presenting in terms of like introducing like a thought or a belief or an opinion that I have, a truth of mine. And every time I think like maybe I should be like a little like softer or gentler, it's just like no. Like first of all, there's enough people out there who already do that. Second of all, it's like it would be less than beneficial. In my opinion. I mean to somebody else, I guess if it's a little harsh or whatever, then but then at the same it's just like I don't know, like I feel like there are ways that we approach certain topics that make things take a lot longer than they need to. I also feel that a whole bunch of stuff. But another thing I was thinking about uh, was it was a few days ago. I was thinking about how maybe we see different faces of the divine. And like, even for those who believe in the same. God, gods, pantheons, whatever. And the same emanation of source, like they could see different faces of that. Like, let's say, I don't know who. Oh, I feel like I want to say like Petra and like Terra. Those are names. I don't know if Petra. I think she's in Zelda. Out of Saturn, yeah. Okay. So let's say that like there's a Petra or whatever. People worshippers of Petra. But it's like even like different people could see different faces of Petra. Um, and it also kind of makes me think I did I pulled some cards for somebody. And one of the last few times I pulled for some cards for somebody. Um, and she was asking questions or she was talking about a goddess. And as I'm pulling cards for her, like there was this it felt like an invitation to get to know a different side of that goddess. Um, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, just like it's just a different face. Like how we have different faces, right? So like if somebody is your mother, you may know and see one side of that person, um, more of like a particular side, and if that same person is someone's sister, and if that same person is someone's daughter, is someone's friend, is someone's neighbor, is someone's coworker that they can't stand, is someone's best friend, like they all get different faces of that same person. um and then like the next day, one of my YouTube faves, and just faves in general, Eve, I am doing so much better now that my work week is over. Also, time is going like ridiculously fast. Like one of my coworkers, she came in and she was like, "We're only running 3 days next week," and I was like, "Why? Like, what's going on next week?" And she was like, "Thanksgiving." I was like, "No." I was like, what are you talking about?" And then I looked at the calendar. I was like, "Oh my gosh, Thanksgiving is next week. That's crazy." I'm doing well, better. Like I said, now that I get my few days off, and the end of this year and the beginning of next year is going to be like low key a whirlwind. But I got some like really, really, really cool news last night. Um, yeah, so I don't know. It's fine. I got some trips. I got a trip in next month. Excuse me, and then a trip in January, and then my birthday is in February. And I kind of want to do something for my birthday. I want to do something for my birthday like every year, but I never like plan anything. So it always like comes quicker than I was like, oh, I didn't even plan anything. Guess I'll just, I don't know, go to a sit down restaurant. But anyway, how are you? I excuse me, tired also, but I got some blackout curtains, and I think I've mentioned it on here. Like it's revolutionized the sleep game for me. Like sometimes I don't even want to get out of bed. Now, when I gotta work, that's one thing. But when I don't gotta work, honestly, I might just take like 24 hours and just sleep. That's exciting. You haven't mentioned that before? No. Wait, did you mention that before? No, you were in Colorado, question mark, for a few days. I think that's what you were talking about. When you had your mini vacation. Last time I was live, I think maybe. That's exciting. You have to let me know how you like it. I'm generally not a fan of like heat and stuff, so or deserts. Ooh, so like, are you ready to get like activated? Is it gonna be a thing? I know with my Virgo best friend, my podcast mate, um, she was talking about going to Sedona. Excuse me. And I actually have a few friends who have been to Sedona. I just see it on like their Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, what? But yeah, I don't know. People be like, oh, it's like dry heat. It's different. I'm like, I don't like any kind of heat at all. But yeah, it's been, I don't know. It's been like some of the work days have been real worky. And then before that, there's like still like a bunch of logistical things that I'm like figuring out. That I should have probably like I probably should have had them figured out. But you know, all things in their own time, right? Oh, that's also very true. That's very fair. That's why like I'm glad that I'm going to India in the winter because I cannot tolerate heat well. Like I feel like I like literally feel the soul evaporating through my pores when I get too hot. I'm just like, miserable. That's fair though. I wonder like how much it costs. It is new spiritual. Well, no. Excuse me. Oof. I am sleepy though. I almost asked. We'll ask Bixby. I was almost like, flip a coin. Should I go live? And I was like, I'll do it. So there was a thing about like seeing, like, sometimes we see a different face of the divine, even if it's the same iteration or emanation or embodiment of it. Um, and then Benabel uploaded a video about the Tuti Yongsan. I'm probably butchered that, but and I was like, oh, interesting. And she was talking about the Hakka people and like how they like because of their reverence and respect for the land spirits, they're really good at what they do. Oh, snap. Well, I was talking to, I don't even know what to call her, my best friend's fiance, who's also amazing. And I was like, I've never been to a non English speaking slash non English writing country. Like, this will be my first time where it's not like the predominant language. And I was like, am I going to get lost? Because I can't like read nothing and don't nobody understand me. She was like, the places that you're talking about are like pretty touristy slash like international, so you'll be fine. I was like, oh my gosh, thanks. And I also have a cousin over there, so not one that I'm particularly close to, but excuse me, not one that I'm not close to either. I'm excited though. I get more and more excited. Like it feels so far away, but also that's in like 2 months. And it'll be here before I know it. Like November just started, like September just started, and it's already mid-November. But anyway, um, so was that also? I was trying to like. I feel like I had a really good thought. Like I was really able to sum up Saturn, like the Saturn retrograde. I feel like I was able to like communicate what I was trying to say, but then I lost it. Maybe that's why I pulled this out. We'll pull one card. Excuse me. And then hopefully, yeah, I'll probably go to bed soon. But that was pretty much it for the most part. There's also been some like personal stuff. And then today I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'm not surprised. Also, did that? There was a thing about, oh, yeah, there was that, but that's fine. I had a thought to come on here and be very Patrick. But I'm like, maybe not. Not today. It's not necessary. Interesting though. Very intriguing. I kind of want to go grab a box of tissues because I feel like my nose is going to start running. Excuse me. But I'm glad to see you, Eve. It's been a minute. I rewatched the first part of that video you sent me. The one that you what? Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you were here for it, but I'm drinking Oracle Juice Light today. It's Welch's, probably. It may not be Welch's. It's probably great value because Welch's was some extra cents. Plus, I like the shape of this one. It's like the rectangular ones, so I can like fit it in my refrigerator more easily than like the round, chunky ones. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Oh yeah, so it was basically like I kind of said it. It's just it's fine. Okay. So one card or two. We will do up to three cards for to clarify the whole Saturn thing. What? This maybe we'll do one. No, we'll just do one for Saturn. Who is direct. It did not cross over into Aquarius. Thank goodness. Didn't need it to. Ooh. Ooh. Ah. Venus. I mean, these aren't really reversed, but it did come out upside down. You sometimes mix grape juice and hibiscus tea for a wine alternative. What? Does it do the trick? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wish. Have I? No. I don't even know if I have hibiscus tea. I should get some though. Thank you. I think I will. I want to get into tea. Tea, 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 tea. I love that. I should rewatch Easy A. It's been so long since I've seen that movie. It's one of my favorites. So the card that came out, it's one upright and another one in reverse. The one upright is the magnum opus. And I was like, oh, Saturn makes sense. And then the one in reverse is Caput Corvi, which is the Raven's Head. The Raven's Head came out, I remember reading it. Interesting. And Caput Corvi, it's like this. It tricks you into thinking it's the real thing. Well, hey. Now I wish I had some hibiscus tea. You should do an oracle juice reading with the grape juice and hibiscus tea. since we don't get to see the other one. I have not forgotten. Um It talks about almost like being forced to do something. I have the book right here. This is number 61 upright, number 67. No, that's 40. 47 in reverse. Excuse me. The Raven's Head, initiation, the ordeal, the work begins. Though alchemy is filled with a myriad of open ended symbols, the Raven's Head has a precise message. It arrives to mark the beginning of the work. This card indicates something has occurred, known or unknown, to initiate the spinning of the alchemical wheel. With its mighty churning, things are about to change on every level. The raven's work cannot be undone, just as the pill cannot be unswallowed or the pearl turned back to sand. You may be overwhelmed or think the journey ahead is not for you. Your doubts matter not to the raven, as its appearance signifies it has chosen you. You are ready and the moment is now. Can you go back to the way things were? Can you pretend nothing has changed? The raven calls a clear no. It does not apologize, as it knows your destiny is great. Now, again, with it being in reverse, it feels like that whole part where it's like your doubts matter not to the raven because it's chosen you, like ready or not, here it comes. Like, I feel like it's not forced. It's a work that we willingly take on with Saturn. And the magnum opus is like, that's interesting. It almost feels like it's presented. It feels like it's presented in a very almost obvious and clear way, but like we're not forced to do it, which is kind of weird. It's kind of weird from a perspective that's like something happens and it triggers you and you go into a dark night of the soul, or something happens and it triggers you and you kind of sort of get forced to deal with it, or it affects you in like a forced way. But it's like with the great work appearing, but the initiation, the forced initiation being in reverse, it's like you can do it if you want, but you don't have to. Type energy. You can do it if you want, but you don't have to. Like, especially for Saturn, is also really interesting. Like just the way that people talk about it. Even if I fell into Saturn, if I fell into what Saturn has felt like for me, I guess it is an invitation, but it's like a forced invitation. But still, like since it's coming from Saturn, I feel like it'd still be like, well, yeah, you should like probably. But I guess like maybe it's a Saturn that knows their reputation. Like if it's coming from Saturn, it probably won't be easy, even if it is worth it in the end. It's just like, oh, but I'm like, Saturn's got all the good stuff. So let's read number 61, the magnum opus, the great work. That's 40. There we go. Here we, if I can get it. Oh, come on. There we go. Magnum opus, the great work, attention, devotion, vocation. The magnum opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, the rose forms a single leaf. The magnum opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands in the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. Ooh, see how like you cannot force the great work? You can't force the great work, and the great work isn't being forced upon you. It's all about choice, I guess. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? And Venus is in reverse. Why is Venus in reverse? What's that about? Venus just transited into Libra. Venus rules Libra. Is it domicile? Yeah, it's domicile in Libra because it's at fall in Aries. It's exalted in Pisces. And so it's whatever in Virgo. Ooh. So yeah, that was for Saturn. I think this ticket, I found this ticket on the floor. This was the ticket for the Vitruvian Saturn Direct, right? 9, 11, 17, 20. Yeah, because it was what, 23, 21, 20. And what came out with that one? I don't remember. I can't remember. If that was the Four of Wands. No, because the Four of Wands was up here. That was the second ticket. Anyway, I don't know what today is. I'm just like, there was something I was like, I don't mind. I don't necessarily like, and I wouldn't necessarily play devil's advocate, but I would be a little trickster. Just like consider for a moment. Oh, there was a question of like, what is the price of a manifestation in terms of like, and along the line of thought that we manifest opportunities for fulfillment rather than manifesting things. And so if there's something that we ask for, kind of sort of like, if there's something that we ask for, but it is manifested as opportunity for us to attain the fulfillment of whatever, then what would the price of something that we're manifesting be? Slash, how would the opportunity present itself? Or what would the opportunity potentially look like for it to be fulfilled? And that's the way to say it. Excuse me. I haven't used the Archeo in a while. I was thinking about the water known archetypes, animals, and tarot. And then when I went archetypes, I was like, oh, the Archeo. Let's see. Well, this is Saturn. What is Venus doing? Since Venus is here at the bottom of the deck. Maybe Venus is playing an important part somehow. Sure. All right. Like 1 card, 2 cards, 3 cards would be lovely. I shouldn't I? I'm tired though. I don't feel like getting up. Wow, my camera froze. This camera did that earlier too. It's fine. Let's see. Hi, hello. I'm gonna click back to this one and see if, yep, okay, it's back. Goodness. It did that earlier before I went live. I'm still like using my laptop because it has a built-in Wi-Fi and I don't have to use this adapter on my desktop because last time I tried to use my desktop, the internet was going in and out. But I was like, I was like, this, like, I might lose connection because, like, the vibes are just too high. It's too strong. There's no connection that could. And then it cut out. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then I tried again, but to like, and then I started to reference things too much and then it stopped. And I was like, okay, whatever. But I guess, like, that's something that I thought about today, too. I'm not surprised that it went out. And I'm also not surprised at the position that I find myself in. Um, okay, yeah, I remember. I'm also not surprised at robot hands uh, because I kind of got it. Like, first I was seeing it, and as I was seeing it, I was like I kind of get what that means. I get where you're coming from, but I don't get it. Like, can you break it down? Can you be more clear? Because I think I might understand, but I don't want to misunderstand. So can you just like maybe say it in a different way so I can see if like I'm picking up what you're putting down? And then it got very like do, and I was like, oh, okay, well, there is no room for misinterpretation there, is there? Um, and now today I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I see it. Well, I feel like this is it. Have I ever gotten this? Oh no. Maybe I have. Increatum, the uncreated. It came out like this. Number 43. 43 is a 7, 61 is a 7. The uncreated great work. I'm low key kind of shook. But now I don't know what this means. Kapakori came out in reverse, and it felt like something that wasn't forced. Like, even if the raven chooses you, the raven isn't going to force a choice. The raven, it's like a mutual choosing. But in the entry, it said that the pearl cannot become sand again. But as I'm looking at this uncreated card, like, that's what's happening. Like, if a pearl is a calcified piece of sand, like, this would be the sand, and this is like it's being reatomized. Like, all those layers and layers and layers upon the sand, like, they're coming off, like, in these little tiny bits. So the pearl is becoming sand. The pill is becoming unswallowed. The irreversible is being turned back. Is this like a time? Like, is this a time thing? The only way, one of the easiest ways that my human mind can conceptualize of this is like you turn back the hands of time, you press rewind, and then yeah. But is there a rewind button in real life for real life? In creatum, Venus in reverse, Venus upside down is the uncreated. The uncreated great work. Oh, well, the uncreated great work also makes sense, right? There are probably many people with many a great work that went uncreated in their lifetimes that may still be going uncreated in our own present incarnation, presently incarnated lifetimes. And there's something a little anima mundi about this. And it's mostly because, like, on this side, it looks more like wetty. And I just saw the Anima Mundi card. I don't know if I saw it in the card or if I saw the picture in the book recently. Like, I feel like I haven't used the archetype set recently, but I feel like I've just seen the Anima Mundi card. So I had to have. I'm sure I did. Maybe when I did the Saturn thing, I don't remember. Okay, I'm gonna grab this deck. After I read In Creatum, that just like Loki kind of sort of blew my mind. Oh, the unconceived, the seed of the seed. There was a time when everyone you know was not yet born, when every city was yet to be named, when your favorite song was yet to be sung. Such is the energy of In Creatum. This card indicates the subtle but profound force that summons all that will be into existence. This most sacred of formulas cannot be manufactured, contained, bought, or sold. It is the pure intelligence of creation pulsing at the door of reality. Its timing is precise, and it's happening now. Do not delay. Send an invitation to the uncreated. Allow it to formulate and gestate. Soon a sketch, a map, or a name will draw itself upon your mind. Envision and believe. The architecture of the future is within you. All ground is fertile. Life begets life. So this is it. It's reading us very like that which has yet to come into being, but is wanting to, which feels a little less mystical, but it's fine. The part though that really stood out to me, its timing is precise because I feel like 47, 43. I feel like there was something about precision here. The Raven's Head has a precise message. That's where I saw that word, precise. So yeah, that kind of just fits into, I don't know. The Raven, it's like the great work is appearing. Excuse me, it's like you could do it if you want. You don't have to. But then here's this thing that's uncreated. So yeah, it's a little more straightforward, a little less. Oh my gosh, we're unmaking the pearl. That makes me think of Armoros. Armoros is the angel of undoing, isn't it? Because when I said the pearl, it made me think of the new pearl in this deck. And then Copper, Eris, there's Venus again at the bottom of the deck in reverse. This time it's the element of Venus. Um, Something about the new pearl makes me think of Armoros. I don't even know where this deck is. I ain't used it in a minute. The Angelarium says, "Why hast thou forsaken me? You never pull me anymore." Speaking of Angelarium, in a few months' time, hopefully, shout out to Eve for subscribing to the newsletter and sending me those eyes emojis. Well, I don't know if you send the eyes emojis, but she'll be like, "You see that email from Pete Moorrocker?" I was like, "Girl, what? What is he doing now? Let me get in on this Kickstarter." Okay, that's not the angel I was looking for. Zachiel, angel of purity. Now we're going looking. I'm pretty sure Armros is the angel of undoing. Armros, the angel of undoing. Oh wait, what's it in between? Hanael, angel of Capricorn, and Ananiel, angel of storms. Capricorn, Saturn ruled. Oh, 2 cards. Oh, that's interesting. Kirsty! How did you know? How are you doing? See, Armoros. Remove the monuments. Okay, I don't have to read this. But these two together, the angel that came out is Chazakiel, angel of mists. This place that is somewhere in the middle, where can I go if I am denied flight? How can I stay if I am denied presence? These questions fill the night air, crowding my wings and obscuring the light. But I know I am not the fog, but I also know that I am. Oh, that's fine. Excuse me. I might low key trying to be going to Cork. I feel like that came out. I might low key be trying to go to Cork. That's what I said, right? I don't know. Words are hard. I'm tired. I'm trying to recall something. I can't. Oh, it's fine. Yes, I think that's the city in Ireland. Loki. Yes. Yes, yes. We'll see. But maybe. Honestly, this is probably the time where I need to like start putting in a little bit of work and effort and a little bit of searching to maximize the efficiency of my time. While also, of course, I feel like I don't even know how many times I've seen it. I think this will be the third time or the fourth. Because the first time We went to Q the first time, right? Or no? Was that the second time that we met? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we went to Q the first time, right? And then yeah, okay. And then the second time, yeah. So this will be the third time that I see you. I don't know. It's fine. Because the second time we did like Tower of London. Well, I feel like there was something that happened in between Q and the Tower of London, but maybe not. Oh, maybe both. Let me go get that deck. Okay, I'll be right back. I am wearing. I always wear bottoms. Okay, I don't be in here Winnie the Pooh in it. It's fine. I'll be back. Ooh. Oh, see that one time I got up and my butt crack was because. Oh, it's right here at the top. Well, yeah, there's like some work stuff that I want to do. Excuse me. There's some work stuff that I want to do, just like tour and stuff. Um, and the trip, like it's like a few weeks away. I'm like, oh my gosh. I booked my tickets, my flights, but a week ago. I'm like, Well, I kept watching it because they said that the prices were going to go back down. Okay. Archeo. Is this for Venus? Well, I guess if Venus was in reverse and we have the uncreated, then it's a womb that isn't capable of nurturing, birthing, carrying something. Or would it be a womb that is looking for a seed? All right. Is this for Venus? Sure, why not? Because that's why I pulled this out. The Archeo of Venus. This is a whole bunch of cards. Star Climber, the Survivor, the Magician, the Alchemist, and the Dreamer. I'm gonna take the one that fell on the ground though. Oh, is this who I think this is? Ah. Guess what Archeo came out? Guess. Just guess. Is this encouragement? If Bixby says heads, this is encouragement. Hey Bixby, flip a coin. You may not hear it.
All right, here comes the flip.
You hear
Looks like it came up heads.
it. Oof. Oof. So the Archeo that came out is this one. You see that? How do I hold it up where you can see it like that? That's the one that came out. It's the trickster. For those of you who may not be able to look at your screen right now, or for those of you who I guess can't see your screen, the trickster came out. And of course, I guess I should have known the trickster would come out when I was like, like I'm not a fan of like playing devil's advocate, and I wouldn't necessarily say I do that. But if we're talking about like being a little trickstery, and then the trickster comes out. Let's read the trickster. Why not? Let's read the thing in the back first. The trickster's tale. Sorry. Whilst out wandering, the trickster encountered a sad-faced man. "What's wrong?" he asked. The man held up a tattered sack and complained, "All that I own is in this pathetic bag." "That's a shame," said the trickster, who snatched it from the man and ran. The man burst into tears. Just around the bend, the trickster placed the sack in the middle of the road. When the man turned the corner, he saw his bag and let out a yelp of joy. "My sack! I thought I'd lost you." The trickster reflected, "It's so easy to make a person happy." Is that medicine? Yeah, maybe not. See, I guess what's that? The tale of the trickster is like you don't know what you have until you've lost it or whatever. You don't appreciate what you've got until you ain't got it no more. Everything I own is in this pathetic sack. Well, then why you sad? Anyway, it's fine. The trickster is close by whether you like it or not. He knows about your propensity for self-delusion and refuses point blank to let you indulge self-aggrandizement. If you are heading in the wrong direction, he will tie your shoelaces together, and if you become arrogant, he'll show you your absurdity. He is a thorn in your flesh, an utter nuisance, and he is essential to your well-being. Sometimes in front, sometimes behind, the trickster never lets you out of his sight. He's an ever present mischievous imp, the antidote to your ego, ready to prick you if you grow bloated, trip you if you stray, or mock you when you become too cocky. As infuriatingly puckish as he may be, he's your friend, and he has your best interest at heart, even if he appears to take delight in the trouble he causes you. He is a shapeshifter, a master of disguise, and he is willing to turn every situation upside down and inside out. The trickster insists that you find irony and humor in your actions, your opinions, and your preoccupations. He garrotes, is that how you pronounce that word? Your illusions with a fine wire of satire and mockery, and he cuts down your pretensions without mercy. To some, he's a kachina, a coyote, a Brer rabbit, while to others, he's Dionysus, Pan, or Renard. But his name matters little as he nudges your elbow, prods your rump, and makes certain your hyperbole is exposed. I have gotten this before because I looked up a kachina. I was like, "What is it?" I'm gonna look it up again because I don't fully remember. Wait, I might. No, that's not. I don't think. I don't know if I'm recalling the right. Stop. A spirit being and the religious beliefs of the Pueblo people. Three different aspects: the supernatural being, the Kachina dancers and Kachina dolls. Oh, that's not telling me. That is kind of funny. Uh, Small dolls carved in the likeness of the Kachina that are given only to those who are or will be responsible for the respectful care and well being of the doll, such as a mother, wife, or sister. And it's interesting or it's funny that it specifically mentions a mother, wife, or sister because when I was like talking about how different people see different faces of the divine, even if it's the same um, embodiment of that aspect of the divine, I was like, just how, like, the you get a different view of your mother than like the sister, the wife, the best friend. Anyway, I feel like what? Actually, this is interesting. That's interesting. It's interesting because Armoros. If Armoros wasn't here, it would be a lot less interesting. So I'm looking at the origins. This is Wikipedia, so I know it's not the most whatever source, but it does the trick. I think I donate every now and then. I'll donate to Wikipedia. I think I was gonna do it this year because you do it once and then they're in your emails. But it's a resource that I love, so if I am able, then why not? So another account says that the Hopis came to take the. Okay, so there are two different accounts in Hopi beliefs for the origins of Kachinas. According to one version, the Kachina were good natured spirit beings who came with the Hopis from the underworld. That's when I was like, oh, good natured beings from the underworld? What? The Kachinas wandered with the Hopis over the world until they arrived at Casa Grande, where both the Hopis and the Kachinas settled. With their powerful ceremonies, the Kachinas were of much help and comfort, for example, bringing rain for the crops. However, all Kachinas were killed when the Hopis were attacked and the Kachinas' souls returned to the underworld. Since the sacred paraphernalia of the Kachinas were left behind, the Hopis began impersonating the Kachinas, wearing their masks and costumes, and imitating their ceremonies in order to bring rain, good crops, and life's happiness. Another account says that the Hopis came to take the Kachinas for granted, losing all respect and reverence for them, so the Kachinas returned to the underworld. And that's when I read that. That's when I was like, oh, okay, Armoros is here. Interesting. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're not missing out on anything. And it's fine. I guess, like, it's fine. What am I even doing here? It's been 58 minutes. Okay. What is going on? This is weird. Something weird is happening. I think I'm still live. Hey, Holly, how you doing? So my live timer is skipping every 5 seconds. I looked at the timer and it stopped. And I was now it's skipping every 6 seconds. Oh my gosh, it's getting worse. It went from 5 seconds to 6 seconds. Because it was going 494949. I looked up and the timer stopped. I'm like, am I still live? I don't think this has ever happened before. Yeah, now it's going up in increments of 6. No, it just went back to 5. It was doing like 49494949, and then it went from 4 to 10 to 6. Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. Thank you. It's I don't know what my timer is doing. It's like holding time and then just like jumping ahead. It's fine. Good thing I'm not doing timestamps. Why is the trickster here? Well, this was Venus. I wanted to pull for Venus. Are we getting a little bit more new moon Scorpio-y? This is so weird. But I guess it's an energy of being presented with something that one would have thought impossible. Maybe. But it feels like there's something that you may think of as impossible, and then you come into an awareness, whether because someone approaches you or you see something or whatever, and you go, oh my gosh, like it's actually possible, like it's a thing. But it feels like at the same time you have an understanding that it would be like a lot of work, like it wouldn't necessarily come easy. This low key got a little devil energy to it, but it just feels like devil energy because it feels like it's like tempting or alluring. But I guess that is what Capricorn, angel of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. And I say that because it's like, again, it feels like there's no mistake that no, your masculine fey energy just took all the words out of my brain. Uh, so it's like it did mention Pan, not that. I guess kind of, yeah. Um, oh, the words. It presents it, but again, like it doesn't. It also has that feeling of like it's going to be a lot of work, but do you still want it? But I said, like, what's the price of a manifestation? That was the question. Because when I was like, what if we manifest opportunities for fulfillment rather than manifesting the thing? And so that it's like, it's very possible to do this or to be this or to whatever. It's not going to be easy, and it's going to require something from you. Do you want it? Interesting. I wish I could remember what those cards were. I feel like I can almost see them in my mind because they made so much sense. It was Isis, wasn't it? Because in the actual in between, the Three of Swords, the bereaved came out. And I was like, oh, well, there's Isis. It has something to do with Isis. Was it like the sanctuary of Isis? Chariot of Osiris. Was it the chariot? Isis and I don't remember. Maybe it doesn't matter. Sanctuary of Isis. It was the priestess. It was the high priestess. And I was like, yeah, here she is, because the high priestess would be one of the cards that knows. It's like whenever we do anything, even the things that we're already in, like we don't know everything. For what is unseen, for what remains hidden, for the things that we don't yet know, for what is uncreated, what remains yet uncreated, the high priestess knows. And then that's why I was like, oh yeah, like of course she's here. What came up with the high priestess? I want to say it was like it was the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. So I think she was at the bottom of the deck. I'm pretty sure the cards that came out were it was the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. And because I was like, the 9 of Cups is the other card I was talking about, but the 9 of Cups doesn't encapsulate that unknown part of it. The 9 of Cups is like your wish is granted, but it doesn't necessarily tell you how your life is going to change now that like your wish is your reality. But with the 3 of Cups there, that's what made it like, oh, like this feels like a positive change. Like it was just like extra baggage that comes with, there are like other stipulations that come with the energy of attainment, but it doesn't necessarily have to be bad. And then I gave the common kind example. That's what it was. It was the 9 of Cups and the 3 of Cups. Goodness. But anyway, the Steampunk Tarot. I don't have that one either. Was it? I saw that movie in Latin Club, and it would make the it would like move the eyes, and like the wings would go up and down. I can almost hear the noise that it makes in my mind. I feel like I've only seen that a handful of times. Was that Clash of the Titans? Or no? Is that what it was called? I think it might have been. Not the new one. It was? Okay. Ooh, not 2010. Not 2010. 1981. There we go. Yeah, there he is. It's 10 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I need to go to bed. See, but that's what I was saying though. Like, I feel like because it's Saturn, usually when it comes to Saturn and Saturnian energies, it'll be worth it in the end. So, like, even if it looks daunting up front, it may not necessarily be. Hey, David, how you doing? Cool. Are there any other decks for me to pull? Excuse me, maybe not. Oh, there's the loot. I feel like this trickster takes his job very seriously. Look at his facial expression. It doesn't look very trickstery. I don't know. I would imagine the trickster is having a more uh, gestury sort of. I'm doing all right. I'm doing pretty well, I guess. I get to sleep, and I don't have to wake up for uh, 96 hours. I was trying to do 24 times 4 in my head, and it was not working. So I ended up going 24, 48, 72. What is 72 plus 24? 96. I feel like there's something yet still. Steph, how are you doing? I feel like there's something yet still. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I forgot about that. I've had a few ideas for things that I could do. I've been working the past 4 days, though. And as you can see today, I stay live for too long to try to go live after I get off work because then I'm losing precious hours of sleep that I need. Excuse me. Oh, snap. You work all your hours in 2 days? Oof. But is it worth it for 5 days? When I work my hours in 4 days instead of five, the 4 days off is worth it. It's worth it to me. This is interesting. Oh, the alchemist is here. The magician and the alchemist. Cool. One day at a time, day by day, hour by hour, second by second, sometimes moment by moment. I feel like I was going to say something. I feel like there's something here, but it's fine. I can't shuffle these like this. I gotta shuffle like this. There we go. We'll get a final one. Why not? Final Archeo. Oh, the Trickster isn't even in the deck. Ooh, the Trickster was getting warmed on the laptop. Excuse me. One card, please. One card, please. Ooh, I ain't trying to bend them. Oh. Well, these are face up, and all of this is face down, so we're not even going to look at it. Wow. So, so here's the card backs, right? It's the dreamer. Here's the card backs, right? I flip over to look and see what's at the bottom of the deck, and I'm like, whoa, why is it another card back? And it's the blank Archeo. Now, the eccentric and the hypocrite are the two cards that came out. Well, the two cards that flipped face up, and then a whole bunch of cards fell out face down, and I didn't feel like it. So I put the face down cards back. The hypocrite is interesting because the trickster came out. Like the eccentric hypocrite could just be another way of another name for the trickster. Under the blank card is the siren and the inventor. Cool. Excuse me. Cool. Love it. I think it was something I kind of wanted to do. It's fine. I have decided. What is this? That's so weird. Hello? It's like there was something under the cards. They didn't want to. Anyway. We are not going there today. It is not happening. No. I will be a good boy. Yeah, it was only 3. Let's see. Angela. Excuse me. The time is still broken. It was 1:18. It felt like it was 1:18:10 for a full minute. Barbie L, Angel of Scorpio. And we're New Moon in Scorpio. Die. There are times when words fail and action must be taken. When trials beset our lives and no other course of action is available, we have to fight. The nature of this sign is to be an ally, loving in the easy times and harsh when the world demands it. Barbiel is our sword against the darkness. It is our power to strike back when necessary. Gabrielle, the Golden Herald, is at the bottom. This Golden Herald embodies those transmissions, which are most important: words, sounds, and pictures that carry a huge impact. Sometimes the results are glorious, and sometimes they are terrible. Either way, there is no way to hold them back. When the herald lifts its lantern, everyone will see it. There's no escaping it. Ooh. Here it is. I was like, where did I put it? I got on my laptop because usually it behaves better than the desktop. I had an idea. There are a few guardians and a few decks that I have. I think Akenskold is his name, like literally the guardian of treasure in the Age of Norse divination cards. There's the Ivory Shield and the Spirit Keeper's Tarot, more specifically Vitruvian Edition for me. In general, any title card that I get. But I feel like there was another card. But I don't remember. Excuse me. A used car salesman. Wait. That undoing or the uncreated. So interesting. I love how it was like, oh my gosh. And then it was like, oh, there's an opportunity for you to like make, create, welcome in, experience something that you've never experienced in your life. Like, okay. Oh, Saturn is in Pisces. So I was like, there is like low key, high key, mid key, I guess. New Moon Scorpio vibes. That'd be a very, very loose trine because Scorpio season is coming to a close, which means that it would be trining Neptune more so than Saturn. I think Cancer is empty. All right, final word on alchemy. Mercury is in Sagittarius. Love to see it. Bottom of the deck is Luna. Oh, well. Speak of the moon. I don't know if I've ever seen Luna in this deck, actually. I don't think I have. I'm going to read it. Oh. Luna is number 3. Luna is number 2. Mercury is number 3. I don't think I've seen Mercury either. I'm getting all the cards I haven't seen. Are you number 1 or number 4? Face down is Argentum Silver, number 25. Oh, look, the moon. There's some moons. And then whatever that other thing is, those other 2 things. Oh, it does almost look like the moon in the middle, doesn't it? Interesting. Silver, so I don't know what's going on with silver. I feel like every now and then I'll be like waking up and it's like I'll hear something and I'll go, oh, like that's so profound. Like, of course I'm going to remember that. And then I get out of bed, I hurry up and get ready for work, or I'm just laying there. And as I wake up, I forget it. But there was something about silver. I don't remember. It was a few nights ago. And then last night, I was thinking about, like, I randomly was like, Argent or whatever, because of the Argents and NTV's Teen Wolf. Argentum is silver. They use silver bullets. And I'm pretty sure they use silver bullets. I mean, they use all kinds of stuff, so maybe not. But The vampire hunters. Silver bullets, last name Silver. And then here it is. Oh, silver tongued Mercury, right? That's a thing, right? A silver tongue. What wave spell are we in? Are we in the white wind wave spell? Or not wave spell, the year white wind. What's his name? Dream spell. There we go. I did not spell dream spell right. Dream spell. The dreamer. Let's see. No. Wait, is it really? Kin 222. The white wind wave spell is kin number 222. This is from Reddit. r/dreamspell_calendar. The white wind is one of the main 20 energies or sun signs within the dream spell calendar and comes just like the others in 13 flavors, so to speak. There's a magnetic flavor, a lunar flavor, an electric flavor, etc. Oh, yeah, those are the tones. I saw lunar flavor and then I'm thinking of Luna. I was like, oh. So, in general, the white wind energy is very much about the connection with our Father, a masculine energy that is safe for women and children, has a sense of purpose, knowing what to do here on earth, being the provider, and having the responsibility to take care of your family. It's about breath and speaking your truth through spirit, your soul that wishes to speak through you. It's a strong communication aspect. I don't know, when I saw masculine, it made me think of that masculine fae. Is Saturn the Bruce Springsteen of planets? That's a great question. One that I could not answer. Mercury is the trickster. I forgot about that. I got as far as silver tongued, but didn't quite make the leap to trickster. I'm going to read the moon. I'll read all of these. Why not? I feel like reading today, apparently. Mystery, receptivity, intuition. Luna, the moon. The moon represents the mother of all mysteries. Once a month, it slips into the full spotlight and then quietly disappears, only to initiate the cycle again, gifting us with the message of impermanence. The moon reminds us we are in constant transition, a continual process of letting go. It is the yin principle, one of listening rather than speaking. This card may indicate a time of rest and restoration is in order, or that a new depth of spiritual practice calls. Dreams and memories may be especially vivid. The gates to the liminal realm have opened. The alchemist's task is to be receptive to its message. Be patient, though, as the moon speaks in the language of symbols, and deciphering its messages takes time and receptivity. Magic is afoot. Sink into it, sweet child. Mercury, signals, messages, and tricks. In the realm of Mercury, anything is possible. The energy is transfixing and seductive, just like the metal itself. Since this planet rules commerce and communication, it's likely there are deals, contracts, and calls being exchanged that will spin tracks. No, and that will spin you into a world of mercurial wonder. Don't rush big decisions or get caught in the mesmerizing energy. Rather, pay particular attention to the precise words that are being spoken and written. There may be a trick underway. Maybe not. No one is sure yet. It is said that the energy of Mercury is found in the pinky finger and that its ally color is green. Enjoy your time in this emerald hall of mirrors. Just don't sign your name on the dotted line until what is liquid becomes solid, until clear words are expressed by an honest tongue. Ooh, and then number 25. Went too far. This is lunar, reflective, and chrome. So, yeah, that's why there's the moon all over it. Amidst its upper echelon status, silver shines eternally in second position. It is the lesser sibling, the one that's not quite there yet. A true alchemist does not resist this truth, but rather studies its subtle implications and its wisdom. Silver requires polishing, or the surface tarnishes over time. Mirrors require cleaning, or the image clouds and distorts. Whereas gold sustains its own malleable radiance, silver asks for our participation. We must work at it. Don't give up now. Silver wants to build relationships, like the moon, a mirror, or a poem. Let it reflect an image back. With an open heart and one more moment of willingness, the seemingly cold, stark surface of silver opens into the imaginal realm. What is there? Your own vastness? The mysteries that beckon you on moonlit nights? Through our daily devotion to silver, we find the truest gold. And it said something about like the void is behind the moon. And I was like, oh, snap. Your own vastness made me think of the void for some reason. I don't know. I have no clue. Well, there you go. An hour and a half. Oh my gosh. My eyes are starting to burn. Because it's time to go to bed. So, I feel like there's nothing else that needs to be said. There are things that I could say, but I'm not. Because because it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Interesting. Am I done? We'll ask. I don't have Siri. We'll ask. I don't have Alexa. Hold up. Can I ask, if I open up the Amazon app, can I ask Alexa? Probably not, but we'll see. Why not? That's fine. I don't feel like enabling permissions right now. We'll ask Google. Yeah. If Google says tails, then we are not done. If Google says heads, I'm going to head to bed. Hey, Google, flip a coin. Please. Hey, Google, flip a coin.
You got heads.
Oh, time to head to bed. So, that thing that I say, I hope you all have an amazing whenever you see this. If you don't, I hope you have a much better one soon. I hope that you're acting in alignment to make all that you wish to experience. And I hope that if there is something daunting that cometh your way, that you will give it consideration rather than potentially just looking at what it will require up front. I also hope that if it's something that requires lasting change, that like you kind of realize it. Because there are some things, some ways in which we are irrevocably changed. if it's that are irreversibly, um, and or there are some things that were like, I saw something. It was like probably some fitness person, and they were like, I'm not trying to put clients on a diet that'll help them lose weight. No, I think it was Rose Warrior one, maybe. It was like, I'm not trying to put clients on a diet that will help them lose weight in 6 months. I'm trying to help people create healthy habits and make lifestyle changes that will enable them to live healthier and happier for 60 years. So it was just that, like, realizing that, like, it's not like things are going to change a little bit for this amount of time and then I'm going to get this thing. It feels like it may be like a lifestyle change, you know? I don't know if that would be the case. But ultimately, at the end of the day, excuse me, I hope that you're doing whatever you want. And I will catch you all later. Maybe I'll come. I feel like I haven't read a spread. I haven't built a spread in a minute. I still haven't broken into the tens. Every time I think about it, I don't have a Surface tablet. It makes me sad. We'll see. I just started another new show too. So anyway, now I feel like I'm reaching that point where, like, like when you're tired but you don't want to get up, so you just kind of like sit there and you just like words just keep coming out of your mouth. Like I really feel like there's something else that I wanted to say, but I also really feel like it's not important. It doesn't need mentioning. It was just, again, I guess the price of a manifestation. If we say that we want cheese pizza, what does that mean? The price of a manifestation, if we manifest opportunities more than we manifest like things. And I feel like that's a pretty solid way to say it. Uh, but I feel like in that context, then it's like, oh, that's why Venus was in reverse. Like that was the womb that is incapable of nurturing a thing. I was I'm watching Ugly Betty, and one of the characters was told that she has a hostile womb. Um, she's plotting and scheming and trying to have a baby. Um, and she's trying to get an egg, and she wants to be the surrogate for her own child. And so, but the doctor's like, you're gonna have to find another surrogate. The doctor's like, you're gonna have to find a surrogate because you have a hostile womb. Like, even if you do have a viable egg, your womb is not capable of. And then, like, that character, anyway, it's fine. Um, but yeah, maybe it's like it's uncreated because we don't necessarily see it. And then that's another, like, it's not necessarily that, like, I don't know, not everything has to be like woo woo, but like, I did get a little excited and then it was like, oh. Um, but maybe again, like, maybe it's uncreated because because we don't necessarily see the opportunity for fulfillment. Maybe it's coming in a way that we don't recognize. I mean, there's a million and one different reasons why maybe something hasn't come to fruition. Um, but I guess what Saturn apparently is saying is that the thing is choosing you, but you still have to choose it in whatever way that resonates. So I will catch you all later. Bye. Good night. Thank you, Eve and Holly and Kirsty and David and Steph and Sandra for being here. And anybody else who was like here or watched or whatever. I hope that you find something of resonance, and I hope that you find those who will give you the messages that you need in a way that you need to hear them, because it's fine.